It's Championship Sunday in the South Atlantic Conference. Volleyball action, Wingate and Anderson here for the 2014 title. Alongside Mike Smith, former SAC coach, I'm Ryan Brown. Thanks so much for joining us, Mike. A lot of excitement for Championship Sunday here for volleyball. We had it for soccer last week, volleyball today. What do you love about this atmosphere?
I think it's just a great ending to the season. We've had some great action here this weekend and look for another great match this afternoon.
Wingate on one side, the number one seed, 8-time defending champions. Two in a row they've gone 3-0 in this tournament. What do you like about what they've been able to do throughout this tournament? Any concern they haven't been pushed much?
I think Wingate has been very aggressive with their serving. They've been solid offensively, and you know, you look for that to keep up today.
On the other side, the Trojans of Anderson, what a win for them last night, upset Carson Newman. A lot of emotion in that game like last night. How much do they have to use and how much of that is concern?
Well, it was a tough five-setter, but you rely on your seniors at this point. They've been in this championship before. There's no such thing of being tired today. They've got multiple facets to their game, and we'll see how that plays out today.
All right, let's take a look at our tournament bracket here for the 2014 SAC Championship. LR, the only other upset besides Anderson over Carson Newman this weekend. Wingate and Anderson here today. What a match, Anderson, Carson Newman last night. The 5-set thriller.
It was a great five-setter, back and forth action, and Anderson able to come out in the end.
All right, let's take a look at our Star Watch. First for Anderson and Haley Pittman, the 2014 SAC Player of the Year. Pittman led the nation in hitting percentage.
Yeah, what a great year for Haley Pittman to be able to lead the SAC and also the country in hitting percentage, and what a great honor for her.
On the other side for Wingate, it's Shelly Stump, the Star Watch for the Bulldogs. First team all-conference, number 2 in Player of the Year voting. She led the SAC in aces per set.
Shelly's a total package. I mean, offense, passing, aggressive serving. She's a nice player.
All right, Stump and Pittman are your impact players. It's almost time for starting lineups and anthem here for the 2014 SAC Volleyball Championship, live from Schuford Gymnasium in Hickory, North Carolina.
Memorial Gymnasium here on the campus of Lenoir-Rhyne University for this afternoon's 2014 South Atlantic Conference Volleyball Championship Finals between the third-seeded Trojans of Anderson University and the number one-seeded Bulldogs of Wingate University. Ladies and gentlemen, you direct your attention to midcourt as Alex Hooker from Anderson and Iris Brewer from Wingate read our game environment pledge. Lineups for both teams. First, the reserves for the Trojans of Anderson University. Number 1, Kristen Johnson. Number 2, Tatiana Grodecki. Number 3, Allison Gamindi. Number 9, Kelly Lacey. Number 13, Kayla Thomas. Number 17, Serena Jackson. Number 20, Sarah Eckert. Number 22, Taylor Underwood. Number 23, Tinsley Hallman. Number 24, Mallory McFerrin. And number 25, Michaela MacArthur. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the starting lineup for the Trojans under head coach Craig Mosqueda. A senior from Almonte Springs, Florida, number 5, Haley Pittman. A senior from Fisses, Indiana, number 7, Shannon Gillespie. A freshman from Almonte Springs, Florida, number 11, Kendall Valancourt. A sophomore from Lares, Puerto Rico, number 12, Priscilla Azari. A sophomore from Franklinton, North Carolina, number 14, Jessica Harris. A freshman from Redondo Beach, California, number 29, Marissa Mitter. And at libero for the Trojans, a senior from Plant City, Florida, number 4, Alex Hooker. And now the reserves for Wingate Bulldogs. Number 2, Stephanie Tessoni. Number 3, Natalie King. Number 4, Katie Bludeau. Number 5, Iris Brewer. Number 6, Rachel Cheka. Number 7, Stephanie Nell. Number 9, Jenna Flanagan. Number 11, Haley Henderson. Number 15, Taylor Smith. Number 17, Shelby Nassar. Number 18, Skylar Richard. And number 19, Rachel Treslow. And now the starting lineup for the Bulldogs under head coach Shelton Collier. A senior from Burke, Virginia, number 1, Susie Mirak. A senior from North Liberty, Iowa, number 10, Lexi Potter. A senior from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 12, Corey McGowan. A junior from Iowa City, Iowa, number 13, Shelly Stump. A sophomore from Iowa City, Iowa, number 14, Abby Saylor. A senior from Davidson, North Carolina, number 16, Allison Cook. And at libero for the Bulldogs, a freshman from Ayden, North Carolina, number 20, Corey Adams. And now, ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise. Gentlemen, remove your hats as we take this moment to honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Starting lineups are in. National anthem is in. It's now time for championship action here in the South Atlantic Conference. Bulldogs and Trojans coming your way here from Hickory. Once again, Mike Smith, former South Atlantic Conference legendary coach. To my left, Ryan Brown here with you. Aaron Kennedy leading our crew as we're ready for action. Wingate in the blue, Anderson in the white. And Mike, again, we talked in the open, but Anderson, the player of the year, Haley Pittman, but not a huge tournament because sometimes the forgotten Shannon Gillespie, who was a leader last year. Pittman has exploded this year. Gillespie showed up last night huge in that Carson Newman match.
Absolutely. Gillespie had a tremendous match last night. For the whole tournament, she's had 35 kills, averaging 4.38 kills and hitting .266 hitting percentage. She's doing it all for them.
Wingate and Anderson met 4 times last year, twice in the regular season, once in the SAC Tournament Championship a year ago down in Newberry, and then, of course, in the NCAA Tournament, the second round. So this is now the 7th matchup in a little over 12 and a half months, maybe 14 months. Amazing. These two teams battling out this long. Liberos subbing in. Again, Wingate in the blue. Hooker will get it started for us here from Hickory. Here's your view of the floor here in Schuford Gymnasium. Hooker, the senior from Plant City, Florida, wearing the gray today. First ball over, a floater. Adams with the overpass. We're underway. Back set, off the top of the Wingate block. Here's Wingate's first swing. Saylor's going to set it up for Stump from the back row. Right to Gillespie. Far side out to Hallman. Now Murick blocked, picked up by Saylor. Stump from the back row just has to set it over. Not a good clean swing yet. Here's Hallman again, cross court, and hits it wide. And so the first point goes to Wingate. 1-0 Bulldogs.
Long rallies in the first set, or in the first point of the match, so we'll see if that continues out.
Gillespie pass. Here's Zari on the set. Cook back set to the pin. Here's Stump right side, and that'll eat Irizarry up on the dig attempt to zip Wingate here early. Take another look. Right, just caught her a little bit high there. That's first 2 to the Dogs. Here's a senior Cook, first team all-conference setter, I should say. Right side, and finally Anderson gets on the board. Valancourt, the true freshman Floridian. Good height there on that right side.
Yeah, she's been a force thus far in the tournament on the right side for Anderson.
Right at McGowan. Wave for Saylor, and Saylor, Wingate middle blocker, sophomore, kind of battling with Potter on that Wingate team. Potter was the first team, Saylor the second team, and a great slide again.
Yeah, to this point, Saylor averaging 3.33 kills, hitting .467, just having or .457, having a great tournament to this point.
There's Ari, quick to Pittman, and Pittman, nice ball in zone 2 over there. It's Pittman. Instant offense right into the match.
Yeah, last night she got a little slow, and today she gets started on the first attempt.
Sony into the back row for Wingate. Allman back to serve. Craig Mosqueda, the coach for Anderson. Turn that program into an NCAA as Blue Dow's first swing well wide. But again, Mosqueda, talked to him after that NCAA semifinal regional last year and said, hey, it's a big year for us coming up. Can we respond to what we did last year? And they have. They're going to be back in NCAAs again.
Yeah, their experience has really paid off for them.
Stump off the top of the block. Hooker there to pick it up. Back to Pittman. Pittman again, trying zone 2, but just wide. So SAC player of the year, killing the air here early. Wingate back in front. Or check that out. Back in front by 1, 4-3. Adams, no all-freshman team, but honorable mention all-conference for the true freshman. There's Ari out to Gillespie. Gillespie's rotation comes that outside. She'll slice that cut shot wide. And again, not a lot of pace on any of these shots so far, Mike. Maybe just a little energy, too much energy sometimes.
And I think sometimes you're just trying to place the ball instead of going through and attacking the ball.
There's Ari underhand, out to Gillespie again. Blue picks it up. Right side stump. Hammers that off the top of the block. Irizarry there, so Hooker's got to set it up for Gillespie. Adams dig. Here's Cook. The freshman Blue right back to the senior Hooker. And Pittman finds the line right in front of Wingate head coach Shelton Collier. And Pittman back to serve. Again, you have a Rachel Harper and Shelly Stump from Wingate Carson Newman that play all the way around. Pittman, only a 3-rotation player, but able to win Player of the Year. That just tells you what the year she had.
Yeah, she does it, hitting and blocking both.
And again, another off-speed attempt. And it's Blue with the Wingate kill. There's a look at Gillespie. Now back to Stump. Led the conference in aces, and there's her first of the day. What makes that so tough?
She just puts a lot of pace on the ball, and it actually has some movement on such a tough, heavy jump serve.
Stump again, this time from straight away. Hooker, a great pass. Irizarry handles it. Gillespie from the middle. Can't get side out. Here's Stump off the top of the block, and that took a strange bounce and was trouble for Anderson. That time it was Lacey.
I believe last night Shelly in the third set, I think she had a 9-point run from her serve.
Now timeout, Craig Mosqueda. Again, Mike, just so crucial for side out when you get a server like Stump. Wingate now lead is 8-4, and Mosqueda wanted to talk early.
Yeah, right now you've got to keep the match. You got to keep it in perspective. Stump coming up with the high hands off the top of the block, and it makes it very difficult sometimes to dig when it's got all that movement on it.
So first time out taken of the match. Again, such an emotional night last night for Anderson against Carson Newman. A 5-setter, a back-and-forth action. Again, because the games usually were like around 1 and 3:30 on Saturdays, LR having so much going on. So a 3 o'clock start gave them a little more time to rest. But the mental side, do you get enough rest with that?
Oh, absolutely. You know, right now, like I said earlier, you forget about being tired. You forget about the emotions, and you just got to go play. And right now, Anderson's got to find a way of siding out here.
Stump again. Need a clean pass to the Trojans. And they can't get it. Again, it's Lacey with trouble. There's a look at Stump. Former SAC Freshman of the Year. Her junior year. And that time, and Mike, you'll live with that there any time, right?
Yeah, you know, when you're scoring points off of it, it's just it's a big occurrence. And now Anderson's just got to build off of it.
Wingate 4 kills so far. Anderson 3 and 3. Hitting 0 so far. First stat sheet brought to us 9-5. Wingate. Irizarry. Can she get a scoring run going? Knuckler it to Sony. Cook set her attack. What a save. And Anderson in the net. As Harris tried to dunk it over, Coach Mosqueda out to argue. Looked pretty close there on the net.
Yeah, Harris being aggressive.
Bulldogs first in double figures, and now down official going to talk to Coach Mosqueda. So we're taking another look here, Mike. Here's the second ball right there. Yeah, maybe a little bit on the finish.
Yeah, definitely looked that way when she come through with her hands.
Wingate double, now Blue Dow, a jump serve. Hooker, though, perfect. Irizarry. And that from the middle, right down goes Valancourt. And there's a look at the true freshman Valancourt. Gonna have to be the future of this program with Pittman, Hooker, Gillespie all gone.
Yeah, Anderson loses some quality seniors, and they're gonna have to look to some younger players to pick it up next year.
Stump from the middle, back row. Irizarry with the dig, so Gillespie from the back row. Cook picks it up. And they're gonna call the ball down, not a lift, but the ball down, so a kill for Wingate. And the Dogs back up by 5. Saylor returns. And here's Potter. Had led the league in hitting as great diving save, but it ends in an overpass. Anderson scrambling, and Saylor makes him pay. Again, you won't get an ace on that stat sheet, but a good nose diving ball there.
Absolutely. The aggressive serving by Wingate really causing some issues early.
Potter another rainbow. Hooker handles. Here's Ari back set. Right at Potter on the dig off the swing by Valancourt. Murick right through Valancourt's block on the solo side. And Anderson can't stop the bleeding here. It's now 13-6. Here's another look near side. Valancourt was there. It just drops down right in front.
Yeah, she just got pushed off on the attack.
That rides the tape back to the Trojans. Long back set. And that hits the tape or a block. It goes back toward Anderson as Valancourt got a great set from Irizarry, but just couldn't get it high enough.
Yeah.
See that one rattle the tape in the camera?
Yeah, it looks like Irizarry's trying to go pin to pin to try to just cause some separation with the blockers.
It's off the block. Potter just somehow gets it up. Irizarry with the dig. That one into the rafters. Anderson adjusts well, but just an easy touch back to Wingate. And Murick into the tape. And it'll be side out for Tusculum. As Wingate's lead is 7, a touchdown here. Hooker back to serve. And a good one, Sailor trouble. And Cook saw the gap in the back corner and tips it over down for the point.
Wingate has so many weapons, and when Cook is aggressive like that, that just gives you 6 hitters on the floor.
See Cook right in that back corner. Great work by our crew to catch that. Here's Ari to Pittman, and Pittman again instant offense. And again, Mike, if she could be out there more, you get that from her. But again, it doesn't matter what she does. She only can play 3 up front.
Right, yeah, she's a primary front player, and she gives you all she can for those 3 rotations.
Potter had led the league in hitting the last 3 years, but Pittman takes over and takes over the national lead as well. And Cook that time tried to adjust in the net, called for a lift. Fading into the net, so Anderson a couple in a row here. Can they get a little momentum back? 15-9 first set. Freshman Valancourt. Right to her counterpart, freshman Adams. Stump, cut shot, cross court, right inside that 10-foot line. Hooker was there, just fell down right in front of her. There's Anderson's back 3 waiting. Irizarry to the middle, Pittman. Now Hooker. Irizarry takes it in her own hands and sails that one long.
Trying to be aggressive off that second ball.
Gillespie, Irizarry, now Pittman. Gets it back over and it'll work. Cook with a diving effort. Pittman has gone a good variation there. The tip in the zone 2 and 4 there, and that time went back to 2.
Absolutely. She probably cleared the net a total of an inch right there.
Cook will go to the pin. Stump. Now Hooker with the dig. Good adjustment by Irizarry off the rafters. And Gillespie gets it through the block. And Anderson a little momentum. They don't look like they're down by 6 right now. Got a little bit of emotion still there.
Yeah, and anytime you've seen this team, they really, you can't tell the score by how they play.
Sony way down after it. Blue down right at Hooker, way up in the air. Irizarry's going to feed the senior Gillespie. The senior to Sony with the dig. Cook, a long back set, and it'll end up in a kill. That is a difficult set there for Cook. She went for Stump. Anderson maybe a little bit late getting there because we didn't know that's where it was going either.
No, that was just a great dish right there and allowed Stump to, be one-on-one.
Wingate's largest lead is 7. That's what they have now, 18-11. Gillespie looking for the back corner. Now Blue Dow plays off the top of the block. Wingate down after it, 3 or 4 Bulldogs down, and they'll eventually call a lift. And Stump going over to talk to the up official, but to no avail. Pittman back to serve. And Stump from the middle. That one will get through Pittman and Underwood. And Pittman will sit, so back to 7 right where it was when she came back in.
Yeah, it's one of the things that Wingate does such a good job of right now is staying in system.
Cross court and wide for Harris. Now Wingate into the 20s, 20-12. And another ace for Stump. And again, trouble on the back row for Kelly Lacey.
Yeah, Anderson having some issues with the ball control, and that's got to be one of your keys when you're playing an aggressive serving team.
This time a perfect pass. Irizarry desperate for side out. Gillespie delivers. And again, if you're going to get a good pass from that back row, you can't be mad at them if you can't finish up front.
And that was a money ball right there. Great pass for Irizarry.
Potter elevates. Miscommunication for Wingate. Now here's Irizarry. Hooker. Back to Valancourt. That one rides high on Adams. Valancourt, what elevation. Just hammers that one right on the pin. And some emotion again for Anderson, and Mosqueda putting his hands together. Back to a touchdown lead for Wingate. That one right by Blue Dow. A little bit of a fist pump there for Valancourt. Hooker going to go back row. The setter Irizarry off the block. Blue Dow goes up line past Irizarry. There's Irizarry, lost her headband. She'll readjust. Irizarry out of Puerto Rico, just a sophomore setter. Again, Gillespie, Hooker, Pittman, three of the leading starters. Libero, best outside, and the SAC player of the year as Blue Dow will sky one long, side out Anderson. Now that's like, Wingate's going to go the same way. 6 seniors on their side. Carson Newman's top 3 players, statistically all seniors. I mean, the top 3 seeds are going to lose a ton next year.
Yeah, they've got quite a bit to replace.
McGowan down at it. It'll be an ace for Anderson. And timeout Wingate. And again, Wingate up by 6, 3 to go to the set, but is there something belief in taking momentum into a second set even though you lost the first?
Absolutely. You know, you're trying to get yourself in gear to this point, and right now you want to make a good push and get yourself ready. You're not out of this set completely, but you know, it's not looking good at this point. You want to make a push hard, and that's one of the things that Anderson's trying to do here. Give Anderson credit as well. You know, they're coming out, they're serving short, they're trying to move the ball around and trying to see what works.
Each team burning a timeout. Hashtag SACVB. Check in with the South Atlantic Conference on Twitter as well. Anderson, second straight SAC title game. Trojans 0-65 in the first set. Wingate 3-10. Wingate by 6, 3 to go to the first set. Murick, the senior, up the line. And again, Wingate with 4 seniors on the floor right now. Potter, Murick, Cook, McGowan. Now another senior, Flanagan, coming in. Flanagan, the senior out of Aldie, Virginia. So you're talking 6 seniors for Wingate. 5 for Anderson. And a huge swing on the far side for Hallman. Check that 29. That was Mitter, not Hallman. 29, not 23. Those numbers hard to read. The same jerseys for both teams pretty much as Nikes, but that gold on white's no fun.
Yeah,
even though I'm only sitting 20 feet away. Cook, Flanagan slide off the top of the block. Hooker there. Irizarry, Pittman blocked. Hooker, great cleanup. Another block, but Anderson there to clean it up. Mitter right to Murick. Back to Murick. And a kill. Wingate set point here in the first. You take a look at Murick, it's a right by Hooker.
Just constantly keeping the pressure on.
Overpass. And it'll go to Anderson. That falls down on Wingate's side.
Point, Anderson. Serving for the Trojans, serve by Kento Davenport. Set point, Wingate.
24-18. Cook for set point. Hooker there for the dig. Wingate another set point opportunity. The senior Murick from the right side blocked. Saved. Hooker. And now an over. There's Wingate again. Stump this time gets it through the block and the kill, and Wingate takes the first 25-18 over Anderson. And Micah, good back and forth battle, but that serving run by Stump got Wingate about a 5-6 point lead. They just went through it the rest of the way.
Yeah, Stump did it from the service line. She did it also from the offensive side, leading Wingate in kills with 6 kills on a .353 hitting percentage in set 1.
We'll take a short break, come back with the second set. Wingate Anderson move to the second here in the 2014 SAC Volleyball Championship. Couple replays for you here as we head you back into the second set. See that huge swing by Valancourt, and Saylor came back with a big kill for Wingate. More Pittman tucking into that zone 2. There's Wingate coming right back. Murick gets it past the block of Valancourt, and that's how we got into set number 2. And Mike, your thoughts here? How crucial is this first 10 or 12 points for the Trojans?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an incredible, or going to be a major impact right here. The first 5 points coming out. If you look at what Anderson was able to do in the first set, Haley Pittman 4 kills, and everybody else was kind of kept in check. And they've got to find a way of getting Gillespie, Mitter, Valancourt. They've got to find a way of getting them more into the match here.
Potter will start it off for Wingate. Here's Irizarry, Pittman. First swing picked up. Now a joust, Saylor, Hooker, great effort. But it goes back to Wingate. And again, Pittman had 4 kills and 7 swings in that first set, but Stump was able to get 17 swings off. As you talked about her, no errors so far. Stump dig, Potter give it right back to her. Picked up by Cook. There's Iowa to Iowa again. Irizarry there, so Hooker steps up. Foul in court, blocked, Hooker there. Irizarry near side. Mitter picked up. Saylor able to keep the low set alive. And nobody can keep it up as Saylor trying to kick it up in the air. And Anderson gets their first point in the second set.
Really fighting. Pittman just staying after it.
See Saylor trying to use her foot. Soccer championship was last Sunday. Long set to the pin, Murick. Nice pancake, but it'll fall down. And Murick takes a little bit off. How much of that decision, Mike, for all these outsides is made in the air? Or is it before you're going up?
I think it's a little of both. You know, there's great communication going on by both teams, and all you got to do is hear that those last words.
There's a block solo for Murick on the far side as the freshman California Mitter rejected at the net. So a defensive play for Wingate.
Wingate's first block on the afternoon.
It's a solo for Stump. Anderson's been great picking up the stuff block attempts like that right there. Gillespie came up after it. There's communication. Stump goes after it. Murick goes to the left hand. Easy for Hooker. Pittman. Was there a touch? Yes, there was. One official says out. Another says no. The back official on Wingate side said out. The official on, here's a look at it. See if we can tell. A little bit of a vibration on the net. Hard to tell.
Yeah, the far official had a touch on it. Really tough call.
Goes a kill for the senior Floridian Pittman. Back set. And Murick up the line just long. And now Wingate fans a little bit restless back to back. Good crowd from both sides here. Not too far from either team.
Yeah, nice turnout this afternoon.
Murick right there in that one set. Near side Gillespie, her first big swing of the second set. And that definitely in the back line. And Anderson takes the lead 4-3. Here's a look at it again. Gillespie just had a
nice roll shot.
Yeah, nice roll. That's the word I was looking for. That's why we have you here. And McGowan rather trouble. Anderson, can they use it? Irizarry, slide Pittman, right at Adams. Right at Hooker, both liberos coming up big. Gillespie on the block error by Wingate. And Trojans a little 2-point lead, and Collier an early timeout here at just 5-3. Maybe a lot of emotions and energy on the Trojan side.
Well, you look at, he may not be getting a good vibe because the Anderson fans are really starting to get into it, and you know, when emotions start running, you got to try to shut them down if you're Wingate at this point.
Get a lot on the line for Wingate. We might have some viewers down in Savannah, Georgia today. They flop back and forth for regionals, so you expect Wingate, who is going to get a win over a ranked team in Anderson and got one over Lenore-Rhine, whereas Armstrong could not do that because Aiken and Augusta both went out in their first round. So if Wingate number one, a win today, we have to imagine they will host regionals, whereas it looked like it was over with Armstrong ahead, but that loss to Aiken, and Wingate have already beaten Aiken, puts them with a little bit of a bump in the rankings.
Right, and I believe that Armstrong beat Flagler, an unranked team, in the finals. So
and they were hurt by Aiken and Augusta both losing. They needed some quality wins. Didn't get it. So it appears Wingate with a win today would host. Stump from the middle, hammers that one home. Now what about the outsides able to come through the middle that makes that so tough?
Well, I think the thing, anytime you've got motion going on, as a blocker, you're trying to see where they're coming from, and when you're in system, that makes it even tougher because you got 3 live hitters.
Pittman just has to play it over. Saylor slide, that one rides high on Lacey. And how about the response for Wingate out of the Collier timeout? Back-to-back points on the side out.
Yeah, staying in system is such a key for Wingate, and Cook does a nice job addition to Rock.
Stump again. Gillespie saves it, but no, the linesman said it hit the deck. So 3 straight for Wingate. And now how quick would the trigger be for Mosqueda here after Wingate's taking the momentum back. Another tough serve. And Gillespie again, lethal from the outside. A lot of credit to Underwood. Yes, she had a hard time playing it, but a perfect ball to Irizarry, who put a perfect set. Here it is again. Gillespie just tucked it to the right of Stump.
Yeah, give a lot of credit to Underwood.
Saylor elevates, blocks, and now Gillespie just threw it off of Stump, and Collier and Stump with a laugh for Wingate. Okay with that. Gillespie probably thought she would get a little bit cleaner there. Comes right back up to her, and Stump just got to run up at it.
Sometimes all it takes is a little touch.
Blue Dow side out for Wingate. Blue Dow all freshman team for the Bulldogs. And a double, first one of the afternoon. Irizarry, a long set to the pin, and now Mosqueda coming out and wants the timeout. Oh, no. Came out to talk to down official. Just a conversation. I thought he was coming out to do a little slide tee there, but play on, Wingate by 1. Irizarry near side. Gillespie through the block. Cook picks it up. Stump rejected her first miscue. Block from Harris and Gillespie at the net.
Anderson's been strong throughout the tournament, and nice job by Gillespie and Pittman there.
So good back and forth action here. Right to Tassoni. And Stump gets that past Hooker into the Anderson bench for the side out. Now here we go. Kind of the same spot we were just a few points earlier in set 1. It was around the 5-5 mark. Now it's 9-8. Can Stump get another run? And hits it long. What a huge play that is for Anderson. You can live with that if you're Wingate, but Anderson had to have it.
Yeah, she's so aggressive serving that, you know, that's a plus for Anderson.
And right back at Wingate. (10-9) Bulldogs. Take a look at the Wingate bench there. Tassoni goes out. Another one of those seniors. Blue Dow, one of the future hitters for Wingate. Just wide on that serve. Now McGowan, a senior, in as Pittman returns for AU. Potter slide just wide. Boucher went wide of the antenna anyway. And another error on Wingate. Anderson right in the thick of it here, 11-10.
Uncommon for both teams to make several errors here in a row.
Potter this time. Oh, picked up by Gillespie. Anderson back on defense. Here's Wingate. Setter attack for Cook as that pass maybe heading over. And Cook able to dunk it home.
The advantage of being 5'10", 5'11" at the net as a setter.
Hooker read it but couldn't get there in time. So Cook the setter attack in the kill. All 11 here, set number 2. Wingate won the first by 7. Saylor cross court right at Irizarry, so Hooker will wipe her hands off. Set a pretty good one out wide and ends up in a kill for Valancourt. And then, you know, that backup setter on the floor, whoever it may be, has got to be ready. Hooker had the wherewithal just to wipe her hands off and set it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You take a little extra time and make the good set.
Muir cross court, what adjustment there by Muir to slice it down the line. And it's tied up at 12. You see it right here. This one comes right back down.
That's an extreme cut shot.
Second joust, won by Wingate, back to Anderson. Mitter right to Adams. And another huge swing for the Bulldogs. Murick.
Looked like Murick busted the seam that time. such power.
There's Zari from the middle. Pittman had to wait on it, so Adams handles it. Saylor again. And the lead bumped up to 2 for Wingate, 3 in a row. Mosqueda still watching out there, hanging on those 2 TOs. Hook another short serve. Solo block there, right side, but Mitter unable to put it away. Stump can't either. Gillespie the dig. Gillespie had 27 last night against Carson Newman, and then Mitter comes back with a kill.
That's only Mitter's 3rd kill on the afternoon.
Right off the block of Saylor and down. Murick again from the middle, and again the outside looping around and coming in. And again, you're used to seeing him on that pin, but that time Murick and Stump have been great in that shot today.
One thing you're seeing is Wingate is able to get their hitters one-on-one and not allowing the Anderson block to double up, and that's huge when you're offensively.
Pittman right at Adams. Now here's a joust. Anderson a chance. Here is Zari. Pittman right at Cook. And Stump gets it past Hooker, and now Wingate with 4 straight points.
That's an extremely tough line shot by Stump.
Merrick continues a serving run, and just long, so that'll give a side out. Aggressive serving. Can you live with that, Mike?
I think as aggressive as they are offensively, you know, you're going to continue to take chances behind the serving line.
Saylor slices it down. Oh, no, excuse me. They call her in the net. Saylor in the net, so point Anderson inside out.
No, they call Harris in the net.
Oh, Harris, excuse me. Well, he had 14 for both,
yes.
So it does go to Wingate. Dogs by a field goal here. Gillespie looking for side out. Tassoni picks up that slicing shot. And that one punched all the way back over. Everybody's screaming at Tassoni to let it go. Mosqueda asking for a double, and now he will take the timeout. Anderson led 13-12, winging on a 6-1 run, and now the Trojans take the TO, down by 4 here in the middle of this second set. Anderson 175, Wingate 369. They're hitting 414 in this second set.
Anderson has brought theirs up to 269 this set, so that, you know, it does give them some hope offensively. They just got to be able to stay in system as much as possible.
Again, Gillespie, good average, 313, 6 kills in an error. Pittman the same, 294. But the defensively, just haven't been able to pick up enough balls there, Mike. And again, Wingate, Stump already 11 kills, 385. Murick, you don't expect an outside to go 400 in a championship match. It's Saylor 600.
Yeah, the biggest difference you see right now, kills-wise, Wingate has 30 on the evening. Anderson only has 19. They've got to try to find a way to supplement, you know, to get that back somewhat close.
Wingate 43 points so far today, 30 kills.
15 in this set already.
15 of 18. Adams on the near side. Gillespie blocked, and again Anderson cannot get the side out. We're talking about all the kills Wingate has, and they hush that up with a block.
Yeah, it's tough when you give Stump and Potter the opportunity to set up at the net.
Adams rated one of the top 3 liberos in the league. Honorable mention libero. Right to Adams. Great diving save, Gillespie. Now Stump, long set out to Blue Dow. Here Zari stays out of the net. Gillespie to Tassoni. And Blue Dow with the kill, and Anderson in the net as that one rides high on Underwood. And now all of a sudden Wingate by 6 here. 5 to go.
Wingate really turning their energy up as they make the digs and turn those into kills.
Gillespie off the top of the block. Cook over after it. Adams diving down after it. Gillespie. And now into the net, Blue Dow. Anderson back within 5. Regional start Thursday. Both these teams expected to be there. The SAC expected to get 4 right now. Carson Newman, these 2 teams, and LR. Peach Belt 3, and then Conference Carolina is the 8th seed based on the regional rankings. Potter, that A set. Joust. Nope. It's Valancourt. Just can't get a good hard swing there. No block was there. See where Hooker goes. Back to Valancourt, the freshman. This time delivers. No block was there. She couldn't put one down. 2 blocks, and she hammers it through.
Yeah, give Arizari credit there. Really running around, putting some nice sets up for the Trojans.
Can Anderson make a run here the later parts of the second set? Wingate looking for side out. And was that touched? It was on the dig attempt by Irizarry. Stump hit it wide, but another kill for Stump. That's now a dozen in 2 sets. Gillespie came in averaging 4.5 in the tournament. Now Stump 6 so far per set. A couple aces to go with it. Anderson able to handle it. Valancourt dug up. Block is Stump. And Potter goes back to Stump again. That's her go-to. Gillespie to Adams. Hook center attack. Back to Shannon Gillespie. Cross court. Tassoni's there. She's getting a little tired eyes watching these players work. Irizarry to Adams. What a pass. Potter slide, not enough on it. Valancourt. Stump way down after it. Hooker there. Tassoni, and finally Anderson wins it.
What a rally.
How about a referee timeout here? The up official with a smile on her face saying, maybe I should give everybody. And Collier's going to call timeout as Anderson's back within 4. Here's a look at the end. And a late read by Cook. Still did lay out for it.
Nice action back and forth by both squads. But we knew coming in that both teams were very solid defensively, so no surprise that that's occurring.
Lenore Ryan football team SAC champs. Their soccer team just advanced to the Sweet 16 with a penalty kick win over North Georgia.
Wow.
And Wingate women's soccer falling in double overtime to the top 5 team in Columbus. So LR advances, Wingate falls in women's soccer action. So LR football, LR women's soccer, the 2 NCAA teams for SAC right now, and then 4 volleyball teams heading there as well. Cross country regionals coming up this weekend. So plenty of action left in fall. And oh, by the way, Mike, as you know, basketball already started. Man,
yeah,
a week off.
A lot on the plate.
Gillespie, Anderson trying to make a run here. Final 10 points or so of the second set. Great hustle over there, but it'll be a kill for Potter. And an instant side out. How bad as a coach did you want to side out after a timeout? You only get 2 of them. They better get one for you.
Absolutely. You know, you call a strategic timeout and you hope to make something happen out of it.
Mosqueda still has 1 remaining. Cross court wide for Mitter. Now Wingate back up by 6.
Mitter been quiet on the afternoon, only 3 kills to this point.
Blue Dow Or service there, but a lot of pace on it. See what Collier has a word for the freshman. Without listening, but walking off. And she'll stay for a talk. Potter right side. The block, Anderson wanted a lift or double there. Stump tip, Hooker picks it up. Allen Court off the top of the block. Potter just does get it over. Irizarry middle, Pittman picked up by Stump. That one just pummeled off the 2 blocks. Valancourt elevates, but Adams is there. Pittman right at McGowan, another long rally. And that one blocked off the antenna, and Wingate gets the point and has set point.
Once again, long rallies.
That one just come off the antenna. And Wingate set point. Flanagan back in, the senior for Wingate. Potter has the knuckler. Gillespie, now Irizarry has to go underhand. Mitter off the top of the block. Murick blocked. Stump, good effort. Flanagan is well into the scores table. What a Trojan side out.
You're seeing a lot of effort from both squads this afternoon. They're leaving nothing in
Great
the
effort
tank.
by our crew as well. Oh, and a tip, and that's how set 2 will end. So Anderson right in the thick of things in the middle, but Wingate pulls away there at the end. The 8-time SAC tournament champs in a row. 1 set away from number 9 as the teams will switch sides. We'll head to set number 3 from Hickory, North Carolina. You're watching 2014 SAC Volleyball Championship. Take a look at some of our highlights from that second set. Anderson and Wingate. Saylor a kill for the Bulldogs. Stump blocked up front by Anderson. See Mitter, one of her second set kills. And then Murick from the middle, just all Hooker could do with that one. Stump, that tough shot up the line, past the 2 blocks, past Hooker. And then that was set point right there as Anderson couldn't handle. On with Mike Smith, former SAC volleyball coach. Ryan Brown here with you. Aaron Kennedy leading our phenomenal crew here on the SAC Sports Network. Set number 3 is underway. Now Wingate called for a lift. Stump out to Murick. Hooker's going to have to set it up. And how about that swing in there for Anderson? Far sideline midder again.
Yeah, the first time we've seen her go line this afternoon.
Hooker probably, I don't know if she meant to put it that perfect, but she did. Saylor side out on the wave. What a swing. Saylor, the super sophomore for Wingate. Side out for Wingate. Blocked. And that's off the antenna. And the second straight point for Wingate. There's the Trojan back line waiting. Here's Gillespie with the pass. There's Ari. And Gillespie saves it. Can Hooker muscle it back over? No. And Wingate now 3 straight.
Great attempt. Wingate really causing Anderson trouble at the net right now, touching a lot of balls.
Look at Hooker. I mean, that's all she got. Or she gave it all she had there. Pittman, no. Saylor, yes. Long huddle here for Anderson. It was giving up 4 straight points.
Saylor 8 kills on 12 swings.
Big time for the sophomore in the SAC tournament championship. Pittman right back. That one almost straight down. Came right off the blocks. A little battle going on between Saylor and Pittman back and forth. The 2 top hitting percentages in league.
Yeah, Pittman really going with her strength that time.
Cook out to Murick, and Murick through the block. Anderson begging for a double. Not going to get it as Underwood back in. And now Blue Dow and Tassoni back for Wingate. Tassoni, the libero, the last 2 years during the region titles. But went into a defensive role with the freshman Adams coming in. Midder to Cook, who will set it up. Saylor, a little bit of a spinner. Play on. Here's Ari. The setter gets the hammer one down. LMU has been one of the best setter attacking teams a lot in your career as well. And, you know, we're used to that with the rail splitters. And there's Ari. Didn't know she could pull that one out.
Yeah, sometimes you got to take advantage when you got the bigger setter and let her swing.
Huge pickup by Cook. Anderson a chance for a swing to tie. Gillespie can't get it by Cook. Freshman to senior of Hooker. Now Gillespie the senior. Rainbow picked up. Right side Stump. Off the top of the block, Underwood scurries over after it. Great job by Gillespie just to get something on that. Now Gillespie will get a clean swing. Tassoni though right on it. And now Cook called for the double, and Anderson finally a sarcastic cheer. Coach Mosqueda walked all the way down the bench. There he was. He walked out of here. There's a little wry smile. So Wingate 4 straight, Anderson tied out. And now the freshman Blue Dow just kind of lost there a little bit on that point. Just wanted to hit one back, and gives up another point.
Tried to do a little too much.
Short-armed. On her first few mistakes today, hitting. Saylor hangs and pummels it down. And again, we see Valancourt able just to hang in the air, Mike. It doesn't matter the adjustment. When you're Saylor's height as well, that's an easy play. Pittman does the same thing.
Yeah, you'll see with her reach, she makes such high ball contact that it's just so tough to defend.
Saylor gets a seat. Gillespie, as the two Iowa natives, Stump and Potter, put it away. And the seesaw battle here in the third continues.
Potter's been quiet offensively, but give her 2 blocks on the afternoon now.
Pittman, frustration there, can't get much on it. Adams, way up in the air for Blue Dow. What a dig on the back row for Lacey. Now Potter puts it right back to Pittman. Wingate, a freebie. Stop there, the block only from Pittman. And Wingate's been almost perfect from that middle set at A set.
Yeah, when they keep running everybody in motion and getting those hitters one-on-one, it is so tough to defend.
Dogs back by a pair. Trojans looking for side out. They'll go to the senior Gillespie. Liddell off the tape, 4 hits on Wingate. That'll go back to Anderson. Again, Mike, they've been in this spot the last 2 sets. They've been right in the thick of things. Maybe not late in the first, but definitely in the middle of the second. Can they turn the tides here?
Yeah, they got to figure out a way of putting some consecutive points together.
Gave one away there. Stump makes them pay. Pittman goes out now. We'll see where Anderson goes offensively. Harris, Gillespie on that front row right now. So Valancourt, Pittman both out right now for Anderson. Irizarry is going to go to Gillespie. Her left-handed shot is blocked. And now Wingate with their largest lead here of 3. And it's Harris out. And Jackson into the match. Good pass, Irizarry. And right off the bench, Jackson hits that into the net. And Anderson down 4 here. Dangerous moment as you see Jackson. I mean, it's hard just to come right in, ask the toughest play, the wave.
Yeah, that was interesting set by Irizarry there, choice I should say.
And Gillespie blocked for the second straight swing. Timeout to Anderson as Wingate has taken a 5-point lead here in the third set. First timeout taken of the third. Again, Gillespie, I talked about it when Pittman and Valancourt go out. They have 3 straight errors, 2 blocks, and a ball right in the middle of the net.
Well, it's really tough when you're getting to this point as you see the Wingate block right in front of Gillespie. As you know, when they go that center front row, it limits obviously their options, and the blockers really start to go one way or the other.
Anderson now under 100, 086. Wingate at 290. Haven't been super in this third set, just 235, but they've been able to turn it up defensively. You said only one, what was that first block in the second set? And now, you know, able to put in a couple, but the blocking has made Gillespie a little bit weary as well.
Yeah, like I said, right now the block, they're really, Anderson's going to have to really work on staying in system here so Irizarry can make, you know, some good choices here.
Another good pass by Lacey, good enough. Gillespie gets it high enough, but not enough pace on it. Potter gets it by Hooker. And again, no side out for Anderson here as Wingate turning in a big-time championship performance. Now Underwood coming out. But again, Wingate's been serving it right at Lacey, and she's handled the last couple, but Anderson just can't get a clean swing to put it away.
I think you're going to see Anderson go to a possibly a modified 6-2 here.
Lacey, another good one. And that'll Workout wasn't clean, but Jackson gets the kill. As Mike was talking, Grodecki came into the match. Now she's coming out, and Valancourt gets back in there. So more firepower up front for Anderson, who has a big hill to climb here.
Yeah, she came in defensively. I thought she might be coming in to set and let Irizarry swing in the front.
Hooker, after Irizarry had to dig it up. Stump dig. Now Blue Dow. That pops right back to Wingate. Adams had to hustle over at it. And Blue Dow is going to get the kill, fading away. I believe that deflected twice off Trojan bodies into the crowd.
Yeah, the blockers were able to get a touch on it, but just not able to control it.
Rides the tape. It allows Blue Dow to get a dig. And Stump blocked from the back row. Valancourt Gillespie, a huge defensive play. Both teams will sub. Mitter back for Anderson to take another look. Get a lot of pressure on those back row hitters. I mean, Stump has as many attacks as anybody in the league because she gets so many from the back row.
Absolutely. She's a solid attacker in the back as well as the front.
Cook from the middle, right back to Murick. Irizarry, great hustle. Hooker somehow stays out of the net. What a route she took there. Stump sets it over. Hooker, a nifty little back set. Allman off the top of the Wingate block. Potter elevates. Stump will avoid an error. Valancourt right to Adams. Stump back row. Oh, they call that in. Linesman calls that in right in front of Coach Mosqueda. The down official had the best angle probably, and he agreed. Hard to see from there. That one, just from that angle, looked like it was way out.
Yeah, that was a tough call.
Wingate will get a break off the 1980 state championship basketball banner here in Schufer Gymnasium. Play on. Gillespie dig. McGowan, what a save. And Murick can't put it away. What a save by Gillespie, a pair of seniors. And that one right off the tape, and Saylor clapping her hands together. She wanted a clean thunder, but should have get it right in front of Gillespie. Bad break for Gillespie. Should look like she was in position.
Yeah, she'd worked herself over, and Saylor ripping it down.
Joust, no joust. Jackson, the freshman, hammers that one down. His force of a swing today.
Yeah, she definitely elevated on that contact.
Live, bang.
Great job of staying out of the net.
Those are fun. Murick blocked. And Wingate can't keep it up. This time Valancourt, so back-to-back big plays by the Trojan freshman.
Nice job with that block, one-on-one.
Perfect pass, set, and kill. Wingate, beautiful offense there. Saylor on the wave. And Wingate by 6, 8 to go.
Saylor 11 kills, hitting .733.
Gowan. And now Murick can't save it in the scores table as again Valancourt starting to heat up here. And again, you talk about Saylor and Stump have to be even better next year for Wingate with the loss of Murick and Potter and McGowan, but that's going to be a lot on Wingate's next setter as well, whoever that may be. Iris Brewer, the backup right now. Saylor blocked, and McGowan had to play it too close to the line there. And just as you talk about Saylor, no errors, Mike brings the broadcaster jinx into play.
Absolutely. Give her first blemish on the afternoon.
A great block up front by the Trojans. Valancourt, another good serve. Here's Cook, going to go back to Stump. One block there for Irizarry, and Stump slices it by. Wingate up by 5 with 7 to go for a SAC title. Grodecki back in, so double setters out there for Anderson with Pittman and Gillespie as well. It's Grodecki. Pittman tip, and it'll work out. Pittman with a smile said, okay, I'll take it. How about pressure on Grodecki, a true freshman? Come right in, Mike. Hey, go set one for the player of the year.
Well, if you're going to go set one, let's put one right there.
Cook to McGowan. Grodecki somehow saves it, and what a diving effort by Cook. Stump to Anderson. Can the Trojans take advantage? Gillespie blocked, but it goes wide. Error on Wingate. Collier doing the home run call by an umpire to say a double. You see him there, the now 9 straight SAC Coach of the Year awards. Stump right side, Hooker there, but couldn't handle it, and Shelley, again, a former SAC Freshman of the Year. A little bit of a sophomore slump last year, but comes right back into a new role with the loss of Anna Hilton.
Yeah, she's really stepped her game up, and she just blasted that last attack.
Grodecki from Gillespie, back to Gillespie. And now Wingate point as Anderson over the net. And Wingate up 5-5 to go. Coach Mosqueda for Anderson still has a timeout. You see there the one yellow bar. Great work by our graphics guy, Sean. Here's Grodecki, back set, tip, and it falls down. Irizarry turns into a hitter roll with Grodecki out there.
Yeah, she changed it up that time. Nice little block, nice tip over top of the block.
Potter picked up by Gillespie. To Sony, a diving play. Pittman has to dig it up. Irizarry again, and Irizarry, the sophomore setter, turned right side, forces a Wingate timeout as Anderson 2 straight. See Irizarry, that was the first one. So Wingate up 2-zip in sets. Anderson trying to force a fourth. If they do not, we'll have post-game reaction for you. We'll watch the runner-up trophy ceremony, and the champion celebration. And then we'll talk to the tournament MVP, head coach of the winning team, and the losing coach as well. But again, as all signs point, both these teams not going home for good today. Coach Markland for LR in his home gym might be playing one of these teams again this weekend, so he's probably getting a little extra mindset.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things play out this evening, I believe.
Yep, 10 o'clock tonight. I mean, how much does a first-round loss to Aiken and Augusta do to them? And can Carson Newman move up at all from the 5? Potter right side, and Potter kill right in front of that block. Jackson and Gillespie were there, but just not tight enough on the net.
Yeah, Potter just powered it through that time.
And another Wingate point, as they'll say no block, it hit the tape. 4 hits, and now Wingate 3 points away from a night straight SAC title. 18 in a row if you can include the regular seasons. Not so fast, Irizarry again. She's been instant offense from the right side.
As we talked about earlier in the match, you can't tell by looking at the Anderson team what the score is. They stay strong throughout the whole, throughout the entire play.
Harris and Gillespie all over the net there, trying to make a play on it, because that would have been a silver platter there for a kill for Wingate. And Gillespie at least avoids an emotional play. She just said, all right, you take the error, but might be too late. Wingate 2 points away.
Yeah, valiant effort by Gillespie.
Cook ducks it down, and Wingate has championship point. Right side off the top of the block. Wingate a swing for the championship. It's the senior Potter, and she does it. Wingate SAC champs here in 2014 for the 9th year in a row. 3-0, it goes to Wingate, and it's Potter, fittingly the senior, first team all conference, and the Bulldogs celebrate probably a SAC title, but also probably a guaranteed to host as well. Probably big time on their minds today.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that Wingate hurt themselves at all, and going into the tournament, #1 in the region, and looks like they, will probably maintain that status.
Anderson on the other side. What a tournament again for them. Back-to-back SAC championship appearances, but they come up short against Wingate 3-0 all 3 matches this year. And again, Mike, Wingate, when you win 9 in a row, you have to be solid down the stretch. You have to be solid in the pressure moments. Part of that is because they've been there as you watch championship point again. But, these are the moments in those middle of sets where you watch it all year, and these teams, the great teams, can find a way to work their way through the pressure moments.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue you can't go through lulls. And as you mentioned earlier, Anderson really fought through the first parts of the sets, but there always seemed to be one moment in the set that they had a 3 or 4 point, I wouldn't say let down, just a falter, and that really seemed to hurt them in each set.
So SAC tournament complete here from Hickory, North Carolina. We're going to let you watch in on the trophy celebration, the trophy ceremonies. We'll have all tournament team as well, and we'll talk to both coaches and the SAC tournament MVP in the post game. So we'll turn it down to the floor for the trophy ceremony and award winners.
Attention to center court, where South Atlantic Conference Associate Commissioner and Senior Women Administrator Elaine Keeby will present the 2014 South Atlantic Conference Volleyball Championship Awards. First, for the all-tournament team, as your name is called, please come forward to accept your award. From Lenore Rhine, Haley Rhine. From Carson Newman, Jenna Wilson. From Anderson, Alex Hooker. From Anderson, Priscilla Irizarry. From Wingate, Abby Saylor. Also from Wingate, Shelley Stump. And the 2014 South Atlantic Conference Volleyball Championship Most Valuable. She grabbed it, so I went with it. And now the 2014 South Atlantic Conference Volleyball Championship Most Valuable Player from Wingate, Allison Cook. We would now like to recognize our runner-up team for an outstanding performance in this year's championship. Would the captains from Anderson please come forward and accept the tournament runner-up award? Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for the Anderson Trojans. By winning the 2014 South Atlantic Conference Volleyball Championship, Wingate has earned an automatic bid into the NCAA Division II Volleyball Championship. At this time, we would like to present the automatic qualifying certificate to Wingate's head coach, Shelton Collier. And now, would the Wingate team please come forward and accept the championship trophy? Ladies and gentlemen, the 2014 South Atlantic Conference Volleyball Tournament champions, the Bulldogs of Wingate University.
All right, down here on the court, Craig Mosqueda, Anderson coach, gracefully joining us here. Coach, a tough match there for you guys after an emotional night last night. You know, how much did it take to get this team ready for the day after putting so much energy last night in the match against Carson Newman?
Yeah, we definitely had to get hydrated after last night. It was, I don't know what the temperature was in here, but we were trying to keep the doors open over there. And last night we just tried to get some carbs and water in the kids so that we can get ready for today. And it was tough. It was a tough turnaround because it was 10 o'clock last night when we got out of here, and had time to rest today. But I just think Wingate's a solid team, and we needed probably a little bit more rest. Yeah.
Coach, right in the middle of the match, right in the middle of both sets, right there, it's 8-8, 10-10, 12-12. They kind of pulled away and got the first to 20. What was the difference there in those moments? You guys just couldn't hang with them, couldn't stay with them there in the middle part of the set.
Right. We had a couple rotations we struggled in, siding out, and so we just needed. We were trying to find ways, and so in the third set, obviously, I threw my other setter in there. We tried to run a 6-2, which helped a little bit, and that was. If I would have done that earlier, maybe it made a difference.
Talk about this senior leadership this year, though. I talked to you after the regionals last year. You said we got to get back here. We got to do this again, continue what we're doing, we're building. Back in the SAC championship, second straight year. Back to the NCAA's again. What are you proud of most the way this team's worked through this year?
Well, I mean, we were 8-22 or something like that our first year. So just the growth they've shown over the past 4 years. They're great kids on and off the court, and it's just been a blessing to coach them.
Coach, you got a taste of the tournament last year. What do you remember from last year that you'll build into this year and try to get this team ready for another run?
Well, we won our first round, so that was first time in history. So we'd like to obviously win our first round again, get to the finals, and we'd love to see Wingate again.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Best of luck in the tournament. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Back here courtside in Schufer Gymnasium, Ryan Brown here in the postgame, joined now by Wingate Tournament MVP Allison Cook, head coach Shelton Collier. Allison, first, what a weekend for this senior class, 3 straight sweeps. And again, you guys have done it every year now in your career, but it still doesn't make it easy. What are you proud of most of this year's run?
Well, this year, we had a game plan every single game, and we executed that, and we only looked at the game that we were playing. We didn't look ahead, and we were focused on our opponent, and we know that in SAC tournament, anything's possible, and every team's playing for potentially the last game of their season, and they're putting it all out there. So we have to fight like it's our last game, and we really did, and we put everything out there, and we worked really hard as a team.
Talk about the the way the match played out there. It was tight there early in the first couple sets. What sets you guys apart is ability to stretch it there at the end and pull away. What about the offense today? What made you guys so great?
Well, we definitely had hitters exploiting different areas of the court, and we had, Susie had tips, and she was crushing the ball, and we just had really strong offense all around, and we really managed whatever they were handing us and just executed well.
Again, a huge senior class. This is the way you guys wanted to go out. What does this mean for you guys to take home another trophy and, finish your career out with, as you said, for you, 10 straight SAC tournaments, for the other seniors, 8?
It's just, every single time is special, and this one means the most because it's the last, but it's great, and we're so proud and happy, and we're looking forward to this coming week with regionals coming up, and this is a good way to go into the coming week. So
2 straight region titles for you as setter. You'll get a chance for a third this week. What's the most important thing for you guys coming up this weekend, and based on what you've learned in the past?
Really just to take it one game at a time. We'll play the first round, and that's the most important game ahead. We can't even look towards the championship game. We have to look at the first round, so we're going to work hard this week.
Tournament MVP, Allison Cook, thanks for your time.
Thank you. All
right, Wingate head coach Shelton Collier joining us. Coach, you've told us many times that people just assume you guys go out there and get the job done, but you still work your tails off and go out there and have to have a bullet, target on your back. Where does this one rank? What does this one mean to you?
Well, everyone is different, and like Allie just said, everyone is different, and we have this team. We had lost Anna Hilton, the first team All-American last year, and we're wondering how good we could be this year and could we do it again with this group. And we do have some good seniors and some good young players. And Anderson's a really good team. I got a lot of respect for their team. And, you know, we've got a lot of good teams in our league. So for us to win this tournament, it's different than the regular season. The regular season is a grind. It's all year. The tournament is 3 days in a row. You got to be the best team 3 days in a row. So it's two completely different psychologies. And I'm just so proud of our team for managing this one and managing it in the right way. And like Ali said, our team was really focused on each of the matches, and we played well. And it seemed like in some cases it was easy, but it really isn't because we had to work really hard to do it.
Coach, you really took over in that first set. Shelley had another great scoring run, but, you know, this offense was outstanding this weekend, led by the MVP, Ali Cook. You know, what do you say about her game this week and the way she elevated it in this moment?
Well, Ali has had some really good performances, but she was as good as she's ever been this weekend. And sometimes, and our team knows this, is the hitters carry our team, and Ali sets for it. And I think this weekend, Ali really set for the team, and we really, really played well. And Corey Adams was awesome as our libero, helping our hitters get the ball there. I think she was incredible as a freshman libero. And I think Ali really had one of her best performances ever over the course of this weekend. And I think our team's really proud of her because she's worked hard at it.
Coach, talk about Abby Saylor again, second team all conference because of what Lexi's been able to do. But, you know, she really got the offense going today, and just a fun variable for her to go inside and outside.
Yeah, Abby Saylor, young player. There's so many good seniors in the league. A lot of the teams have really good seniors, and for us to have one of the better young players with Abby is really exciting for us, not just for this year, but for the future. And she kind of adds that youthful enthusiasm to our team when we've got a bunch of seniors that have kind of been around a while, and she inspires me as well and inspires our whole team. So she had a great tournament. All three of her matches were unbelievably statistically, and also just her emotional charge for our team.
All right, Coach, another chance for regionals this weekend. You know, flip-flop last week. Anything can happen tonight in the regional rankings, but, you know, as you head into this regionals, how does it differ from other teams with a huge senior class and some really talented young players?
Well, I don't know how it differs. We know that there's a lot of good teams that are in the regional. Armstrong Atlantic certainly is one of the dominant teams on their side of the conference. We know we've got good teams in our conference that are going to be fighting for position in the NCAA tournament. So I guess we'll see the draw, but the comfort of having players that have been through a regional and they know a little bit how to manage their psychology and during a regional tournament, know how to win it, is very comforting for us, because we'll have some seniors that'll say, here's how we win it and here's the recipe for doing it. And it's comforting to know we've had some players do it before, and we'll just look forward to the draw and see what it is, and then we'll get to work and take a run at going to the Elite Eight again. That's an exciting opportunity for us.
9 straight SAC tournament championships, Coach. Congratulations. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
So that wraps up your coverage here from Hickory, North Carolina. Mike, your final thoughts here. Again, life isn't over. Well, volleyball life for 2014 isn't over for both these teams today. Wingate obviously gets the automatic, but they're in. Anderson feels like they're in. But what another good tournament for all these teams. Again, you want to go in with chances. LR had chances in the semis. So did Carson Newman. So the 4 teams get the semis feel like they're going to the tournament, and they're the 4 best teams in the league this year.
Yeah, I felt like from watching the entire tournament, there were some really good matches, and you see what the league is doing, and you hope that that they are able to advance after hearing tonight's selections, and you wish them the best for this upcoming week, that they can represent the South Atlantic Conference again and just have a strong showing at regionals.
Again, regionals coming up. Again, these teams, so much on the line now. How does the next couple of days of practice for these teams change as they get ready?
Well, I think it's all about matchups. Is it somebody you've played? Is it somebody you match up with? What are we going to do? And you just try to devise a game plan, but also hopefully if players are kind of banged up or whatever, you hope to get them in the best shape that you can this coming week, and hope that you put it on the line for at least one more match.
Mike, thanks for your time, man. Great work this weekend for you.
Always, Ryan. It's a pleasure to work with you.
Mike Smith, our color commentator today for you here from Hickory. Ryan Brown Thanks so much for joining us. Aaron Kennedy leading our phenomenal crew as you look at the SAC tournament trophy. Lexi Potter on championship point. Here's Wingate's reaction from the bench. And the 9-time champions Bulldogs celebrate as they get the automatic bid in the SAC tournament championship. So long from Hickory. This has been a presentation of the SAC Sports Network. Good night from Schuford Gymnasium.